Namaste everybody. Thank you for having me, and I will come straight to my presentation where we'll talk about certain things which I have got during my journey of entrepreneurship while founding this company called Evigway Technologies Private Limited, which works into defense and aerospace. We started from startup 5 years back, 5.5 years back, and then we ventured into MSME stage, and then right now we are an MNC company which is having our office as well, subsidiary as well. So now there is a good amount of journey which we have taken up. There is a good amount of growth which we have personally also got, and some of the good insights which I would like to share with you all as a TEDx speaker, as the objective of the TEDx, to give something back to the society, aligning with the vision. Yeah. So from startup chows to MNC clarity, the art of managing 1,000 chores without burning out. That's one of the biggest tasks. See, when we run a company, it's all on us, and at the same time, you get so many things to do, and you cannot decide which are the main ones. And that's where the things comes into problem when the years pass by and when you really want to scale up. And that's where I am here to share some of the insights. Yeah, so this was my typical desk when I was a founder. I started the company, and it was fully messed up. So many emails, some cheat sheets, and so many documentations. So where the problem lies is, the problem is too many priorities, no time boundaries, especially when you have to manage yourself. See, managing sometimes somebody else is at least little easier compared to managing yourself, because there is no time boundations, there is no limits to it. But still they do have a limit of 24 hours. And family and business clashing. That's a lot of problem which every senior guy in the industry, not just an entrepreneur, faces it. So that is again one of the key problems. So then how do you manage 1,000 chores but not burning out? So we'll go with certain principles. And at the same time, I would like to share one of my key practice which may help you all. If something helps you, and I'll be very happy to share those experiences with you. Yeah. So the first principle is prioritizing over perfection. So if I say the number is not coming right here, but the graph says 80-20. So 80-20 is, it means that not everything deserves your time. It is something that you need to understand that which are the right priorities. So 80% of your time, you need to ensure it goes only and only to your priorities. So how do you do that? There is a very good practice which a lot of, I would say, industry leaders, a lot of entrepreneurs, and a lot of big shots have done in their life. I personally also experimented it, and definitely it has worked out for me. I'm not a big shot as of date, but yeah, something I tried. So this is a typical day planner sheet, and I would say this is a typical diary of mine, and how it defines. So you can see I have write it down in a very, so sorry, it's little bit unclear because of some kind of resolution issues, but if you can see it properly, it is the day planner, and the step 1 starts from the task preparation. So the first thing is, it's your diary. In each of the line, you write very small your task. Which are your tasks? You need to put up the date, you need to put up which day is it, and then you need to start. So I am giving you an example of today only. So this is my today's day. So I have put up my task, the key task, the TEDx PPT. Obviously it is need to be done because that's why it is, then I have to present. Yeah. So this is one of the main things. Then there is certain calls. So I need to make some calls, let's say a person X and a person Y. So these are some important calls. Then there is a team meeting which I took midway on the route. And then there is a project planner which I need to do a QC T1, if you can see on the 4th, which is little shifted on the left side. And then the 5th is certain expo presentation preparation, which we are going outside in 2 months for an exhibition. So we need to do certain preparation. Sixth is a project which is ongoing, so we need to have a team meeting for that. But now you will see that I have written everything very crisply and very short. This plays totally with your subconscious brain, that you need to understand that the task is not too big, even though it is very big. You need to subconsciously tell your brain, it is a small task, it's not too big. If I fill my diary with this whole task, then I will be very stuck in my subconscious that it's a very big task, it will take so much time, and I will be lethargic, I will be delaying this task, which results making my day tiring. So this is something which we do not have to do. So preventing the burnout. So the first part we are doing is the task preparation. And then you will see one line later, I have put up certain tasks which are not related to the work task. See, it's your day, you are not a robot, you are a person. So at the end of the day, you need to understand that you are doing certain tasks which is professionally your aim, your vision which you want to do in life, and at the same time there is certain tasks which are related to your emotional health and maybe your physical health which you need to do regularly. So I wrote EXE. EXE means the exercise which I need to do regularly, because health plays a very key role when you are working in a very tireless job. So you need to ensure that you are working out daily, at least putting up little sweat, maybe 15-20 minutes. That's also is enough. Need to do it. Second is med. Med does not means medication, it means meditation. If you do meditation, you might not require medication, I would say. So this is something which again plays a very important role, and this is something I would say a spiritual need of a human being. You might do a prayer, you might do something else. Everybody has their own ways, but this is something which again plays with your mental, makes you do a mental exercise, which is important. Again, third is book. I always still prefer that book reading is still most important, so I always keep it in my schedule every day, even though I read one page. Then fourth is my sister's birthday. I need to make a gift order to her. So balancing out the whole scenarios, the families, health, everything, and the tasks are there already. So this is something which we do generally in the task preparation. Next we move. So you see in the next, it is prioritizing. So you see certain circles. Again, it is distorting a bit, but I will just start with the first one. So the TEDxIITRopar. So this is something which I need to prioritize today. If I do not do it, it's a failed task then, and it does not fulfill my day. So you see the red circle to it. You can put up a star, you can put up a highlighting or anything else. But it tells you that if you do not do this task today, your day will be once again very difficult to complete. And if it is a difficult day to complete, you won't be getting good sleep, your health will be deteriorating, you will be burning out once again. So I put up three circles. One is on the TEDxIITRopar. Second was on the QC of certain quality check of the T1 program, and third was on the project 2 TM, which is the meeting which we need to do for the second project, which is very important. So these three are the key priority tasks, and most important is I need to complete these before the evening time, so that I can have some relaxing time, and at the same time I can complete the second most important task of my day, which is might be exercise, meditation or something else. Then we move to the next, which is the step 3, and this is most important. It gives you mental satisfaction, it gives you a kick. So this is most important, which means completion. So completion is where you tick mark the things, what you have done. So the things which I have already completed today is something which I have already tick marked. You see there is a calls where they have mentioned 2 tasks. So this is subtask. So I can tick mark each of it, which gives me mental satisfaction that I have completed my things. It is very important. People regularly forget that, but this is something which gives you a success feeling every day. So every day if you are successing, then definitely for a longer goal you will get a bigger success. So now, this is the principal one which made me do certain tasks, and this is something which I shared from my personal experience, which definitely worked out for me. Now I go to the principle 2, which is systems beat superheroes. So you need to make certain systems and stop being a hurdle in the whole journey. So definitely in the first 3 years of a company or in any new task, most of the things will route through you, but it does not have to be necessarily keep going regularly through you only. So you need to understand, you need to put up certain leaders, you need to put up certain automated systems which regularly keeps completing the task without your regular involvement. For sure, there will be certain key tasks which will require your involvement, and that's where you need to step in. So you need to ignore those rest of the tasks which you don't have to come into it, and then at the same time you create more leaders in the company. That is also important. Next is principle 3. It is blending, not balancing between the family and the business. So both of them works with each other. They fuel each other's progress. If it is a good environment at home, you feel good at work. If it is a good environment at work, you feel good at home. So this is something which is very, very important. You need to take care of your family's needs. You need to get some time. You need to make it some task that you are going to fulfill these kind of tasks. You need to go shopping with your mother, or with your sister, or with your wife. You need to ensure all these, because this is a part of your life. You are not just a robot working day in and day out. Next. So now, when you take a startup journey to an MNC journey, you need to understand that the rule which has worked for the initial few members of the company or the initial few members of a team does not work out for the whole. So in each of the stages, you need to change your rules, you need to change your practices, and you need to be more accommodating. So as a founder or as a leader of a company or anything else, you need to ensure that you give good amount of I would say initiation to such kind of tasks, and good amount of attention to what others are speaking. So at the end of the day, this is the desk which should look like for a successful person. So it quotes that clarity isn't the absence of shores. It's knowing which 1,000 task has to be ignored at that time so that you can focus on the right task. So my important key takeaway from here is, which I would like to give you all, is you do not need superpowers, you need clarity. You need to build systems, choose priorities, and let life and business grow together. Thank you. That's all from my side.